In this lesson we're going to look at the discriminant. Now you can see on the screen we've got the quadratic formula. The discriminant is just this part here, the b squared minus the 4ac. And this can be really useful because it can tell us a lot about the quadratic and about the roots of the quadratic. So here's what b squared minus 4ac tells us. If we work out this value here and it's greater than 0, then the quadratic formula will show two roots, because you'll add a square root of a number and divide it and so on, and then you'll take away the square root of a number and divide it, so you get two roots. So the roots exist, but they're not the same, they're unequal. So that leads to this diagram here. When b squared minus 4ac is bigger than 0, i.e. 1, 5, 10, 15, whatever, then you end up with two roots. They're real, but they're not the same. If b squared minus 4ac is equal to 0, this bit here, then what you're doing is you're adding 0 and subtracting 0. So the roots are going to be the same. You're not going to get a difference. Therefore they exist, but they're the same, so you only get one point here, one root. So that's when b squared minus 4ac is equal to 0. When b squared minus 4ac is less than 0, then you end up having to square root a negative number, and you can't at this moment in time square root a negative number. Therefore the roots don't exist, i.e. they're non-real, and that leads to this here, no roots at all. So to recap, if b squared minus 4ac is greater than 0, the roots are real and unequal, they're not the same. If b squared minus 4ac is equal to 0, then the roots are real and equal, the roots are the same here, it's just one root. And if it's less than 0 discriminant, the roots are non-real. So let's look at an example of what you might be asked. Find the nature of the roots of 4x squared, take away 12x plus 9. We have to find out if they're real or equal, real and equal, real and unequal, or non-real. So first thing we have to do is get our values of a, b and c. So we've got 4 for a, b is negative 12 and c is 9. Then we have to look at b squared minus 4ac and see what happens. Is it bigger than 0? Is it equal to 0? Is it less than 0? And then we can from that deduce what the roots are like. So b squared is going to be negative 12 squared, take away 4 times 4 times 9. So negative 12 squared is 144. 4 4s are 16, times by 9 is 144, so that comes to 0. Therefore, the roots are real and equal.